precise, where then is the gentleman was picked up in Omar Bay, taken to that police station in Omar Bay, then transported all the way to Nairobi. The individuals who picked this man from home, they brought him to Nairobi. Part and parcel of investigations has to go back all the way to Homa Bay, right? But then again, you get to Nairobi and CCTV footage all of a sudden was deleted, It was deleted. Information that you get immediately after that is now not corroborating the CCTV evidence there is. But even the police officers who are there, because we also understand that police officers operate from command given from their seniors, right? And you have a junior officer telling you, I was told by my senior that his senior said we do A, B, C, D. And all this information is out here, yet that part of stepping aside to allow investigations, still remains just being a suggestion other than a requirement. Why is there lack of adhering to this requirement that is not a suggestion?
Again, it has to stem from the fact that of how we run our country. You see, I always say that most of these institutions are not independent. And that is the truth of the matter, because you'll find there's either political influence or there's just some influence from somewhere. Now, you have a scenario where we had a very good constitution that we passed and we were happy about, but we never really solved something called police reforms. We just changed the name from force to service, and we said, boss, this thing is clean.
Change uniform.
And change uniform a couple of times. Now they're back to another one. Now we don't even another president comes, we'll decide people to wear green or black. So at the end of the day, that's all the things we change. So what is interesting is that we have to change. We have to do a lot of reforms in the police sector, because one, we need to understand the training they go through. What happens in Kiganjo? Because it's like they're trained to hate the people are supposed to protect. They say utumishi kwa wote. But if you look at their training, is like protect the crown. The old ordinance back in the day, that is the training they have. Because if you look at, for example, even when people have this picketing and demonstrations, by and large they are peaceful until a tear gas canister is low. And there are some cops who still believe there's an offense called illegal assembly. You ask them, what is that? In this day and age, they do not understand that. So we need to do a lot of, one, civic education to those police officers that actually work for us. That is very true. Number two, a lot of reforms are needed in the police service to actually make it a service, not just a force. And to see that we actually never made it a service. To date, we still hear horrific stories of we still have torture chambers. We thought they ended with the new constitution. But those who are abducted, they tell you they were taken to an alley somewhere in a basement. Some were tortured, some were taken to dams. The things you hear, it's like a Rambo movie. And that tells you that we really never changed. It was just some cosmetic change, So unless we do that, we will never progress. And that service will never become utumishi kwa wote. It will be utumishi kwa the crown. Those who are in power are the ones who are actually served. And the worst thing is that, like you rightfully say, the junior officers always get the fall, because orders from above can't be proved. How do you prove me orders from above? There's no letter. There's no phone call. You didn't record it.
You didn't record a phone call. There's no SMS.
Yes. Okay. It's as simple as we meet where fanya hivi. And now they have to respect the crown. So, because the person dealing with the matter is the junior officer. Because if you don't do what that order is saying, you'll find yourself in Lokichogio, Turkana tomorrow. You'll be sent somewhere else, and that is a sad reality. So those are the punishments they get. Like, for example, the OCS that was arraigned in court, the Langata OCS that actually released these protesters, was transferred to a remote area because of that. While he has power to do the same, if he sees this arrest, this is nonsensical, just let these guys go. So those are the things we need to look into. Until we do, then that we will just remain here lamenting.
The similar